set it a little later just in case. But
I told the TikTokers 4:15, so they're gonna be upset.
what link did you send them?
I'm just kidding. I don't invite them to streams anymore.
There we go.
After the whole Ligma thing, I don't know, or whatever it was. But it was hilarious because he tried to tell the joke, but then he felt too bad to make us fall for it.
Kids. All right, we're live.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't share this anywhere. Whatever. We'll see what happens.
You want to share it?
Sorry?
You want to share it?
Yeah. Let me post it to 1 second.
I'm still debating what I want to goof around.
Is it gonna be a Marvel related thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll share it to all my Disney fan groups.
So these are my choices. That or that.
Man, that Electra's sweet. Is that so? It's a cover, sketch cover.
Yeah. It's the Devil's Reign.
Nice.
So
Uh,
that's awesome.
All right.
Should see if Sean wants to jump in.
Oh, there's Sean. Sean, you want to jump in? Elmer, no, this is not a symbiote. For a change, it's like 1 in 10 is not a symbiote. The most recent, actually, no. Hang on. So doing 3 symbiotes that are finishing this weekend. Then I got this guy, a Null, a Gore, and a Cyber. So
Cyber. That sounds kind of racy.
Cyber. Do you want to cyber with me? Did I put fist art stream? I sure did. Because I can't spell. Fist art stream with some cyber. You're gonna love all the dark stuff in the new annual set. There's a lot of awesome characters. Yeah, I might. I've seen some cool stuff. Still not gonna go for it out. Yeah, I mean, people are starting to do their breaks, so there's some cool things in there. But
I've just really seen all the artists posting the battle booklets. I thought those were pretty cool.
I didn't really see much on it. I kind of went fishing a little bit today, just to see what's going on with the set, and I don't know, the algorithm was not, and then I was like, you know what, there's more to come. So
I don't see the comments. Sean, this is for this is OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, yep.
OnlyFans, yeah.
There's only how many of them are there? There's only 6 fans. All right.
There's 6, and they're all here. Can we see the Gore? Yeah, this is the rough on the Gore. It's gonna get cleaned up.
That dirty Gore is gonna get cleaned up.
Yeah, it's gonna be really dirty, filthy, nasty. So Happy New Year's, boys. Well, I think we've gone through that already.
Well, not on this, not on your stream.
No. What's the official cutoff on Happy New Year? Is it February?
I think we should probably just keep doing it every month. Doesn't really matter,
I roll right into November with, hey, Happy New Year.
Done. I'm okay with that. We're going to be hopping in. We're like, what is wrong with these guys?
Well, wait, isn't Chinese New Year coming up in February? Is that it?
Yeah, it is. I don't know if it's in February, but it is coming up. Yeah, you're probably right, though.
No, that's in the fall. We just had it.
Are you sure?
The Lunar New Year? Or maybe that was last year. I don't know, man.
Oh my gosh! Somebody checked June. Wait, is that? Oh, is it really June? We're way off.
So it is coming up.
Yeah,
Tuesday. No, you're right. Tuesday,
it's ahead of
February
us.
1st. Oh, okay. So yeah. So Warner, what are you doing there?
I'm working on a sketch card right now. Depending on how long this goes, I could be switching projects. But what, you can't see it? Just a Captain Marvel.
Okay.
This is what I think started doing in the streams last year, where I was taking like my prelims for the plexiglass cards and finishing them off as just regular PSCs.
Oh, cool.
Oh, right.
So it's just a build stock for that show.
Okay.
Nice.
So I actually have something at the table.
Something to sell.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, because it's kind of, I don't want to say it's recycled art, but it's, it's the just finishing off the prelims. It's not going to be like.
I don't consider that recycled, because it is like you're still drawing it over again. So there's going to be some, even if it's just small, there's going to be differences.
Well, in all fairness, this is actually the original, whereas the plexiglass would have been the copy, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
It's probably more legit.
So it's not a copy of a copy?
No, this is the copy of the copy has already been sold.
I've definitely reused sketches before. Like, they're not like the exact same sketch, but I'll like revisit an idea and redraw it, like, months or a year apart, and it comes out different.
There are times sometimes I do like I'll do for transfers or whatever, as an example, like on tracing paper, and I'll just keep the transfer, but it's a generic. It's the pose. It's not necessarily.
Oh yeah,
Right.
And you do the nude, and then you dress them up.
Yeah, pretty much. So, and that I mean, it probably sounds like cheating, but
No,
you guys know when you get the deadlines on some of this stuff, it's like, how do you speed it up? Well, if you take all the guesswork out of your composition,
right.
so to speak, you can just crank it,
Yep.
Yeah, I took on like a normally large number that I normally would for the one I'm doing right now. And so I kind of decided that I'm going to do like a certain percentage of them as just like headshots, busts that I normally wouldn't do as much of, but
right,
because of time,
Yeah.
gotta get it done.
Time's a big factor, right?
well, and that's the thing, is it? Because every time you get your, at least nowadays anyways, you get your deadline, sometimes you simply don't get stuff finished by your deadline and stuff, and then next thing you know, after you send all your stuff in, it gets extended, because the release date was pushed. That's
Yeah, but if you don't if you sent all your stuff, you shit out of luck, right? Unless they send them back to you, but that doesn't always happen.
Oh yeah, I mean, you don't find out about the extension until after the deadline.
Yeah.
It's not like it's
Hell, I had cards that were due last September that I still haven't received. So
yeah, same here.
And I mean, now if you guys listen to this week's podcast with the guy from Upper Deck, where he's talking about the supply chain issues and everything, and they're trying to bang things out as fast as possible. But
Oh yeah,
they're
no, it's
they're
not.
they're kind of screwed, right? Like
Yeah.
Spidey Metal doesn't look like it's going to be like definitely not going to be February, so that's going to be later. And then
Well,
they officially confirmed premiere, and their masterpieces maybe this year.
to be completely fair, also though, they don't really have a track record of always getting these sets to the artists on time or communication. It has improved vastly, but that happens.
Yeah.
Did we ever
Well,
get an answer from Sean whether or not he wanted to hop on? I know he's streaming later tonight on
I asked, but he didn't say anything. So
Thursday night throwdown or Friday night sketch off,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
You know what day it is? What day is it?
Today or
Yeah,
Thursday
today.
night throwdown?
Well, I hope the Thursday night throwdown's on Thursday.
Yeah. I think it is.
Special edition tonight.
Sean, you want to hop on?
Sean, are you here?
He didn't catch it, so
Oh,
I'll ask him again.
Okay. Yeah, this whole thing has been, the last couple of years has been kind of weird. Kind of everybody kind of hiding in their holes and not really. So
Okay.
give them like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip you the link, and you hop on when you're ready. Where is Sean for you?
That's just enough time to get hair and makeup done.
Invite.
Yeah, he does have his own staff for that.
Yeah, he's.
But
Fancy,
that's why he needs 5 minutes, is because the trailer is outside in the driveway. What's so what is Gordon? Oh, so I did see, and I was talking about this the other day, Gordon, when you were in the chat, I think on one of the streams. There was was it somebody who was talking about they had picked up one of your PSCs or whatever, and they were bragging about it on the line.
I must have missed it.
Oh yeah, well, so no, I think you liked it or whatever. But anyway, so and then
Yeah,
somebody
I hope you liked
commented. Somebody had commented along the lines of, "Oh, how do I get one of these?" And I was like, "Dude, just asking for an AP."
Oh, I maybe missed that part of it. Who was it? Do you remember what card it was?
No, because they all look the same. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't.
How long ago was it?
I don't know. Maybe a week ago.
Okay, I'll see if I can go back through and figure that out.
It does. I mean,
I'm trying to wonder I'm wondering who the person was that was asking how they could get one. I was like, well, I've actually got a lot of them.
You have a couple of pre-drawn ones too. Just maybe.
Yeah, I do. I've
right?
got a lot sitting around. If I'll do a little, I'll just throw them on the screen real quick, just for anybody if they want to just see them.
Yeehaw
Let's do
Animator on Twitch says that all of you guys are great at art. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeehaw Animator. What is it? Are you an animator?
Yeehaw Animator. Yeah.
Nice. That was actually what I wanted to do when I grew up.
Oh, it's not too late. First
Definitely
you hit
not.
puberty.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, it was like, I don't know, I've talked about this before. It's not like it is now where you can go to pretty much a community college and there's courses, Back then it was like you either had to move to Orlando or LA.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me make the screen bigger so Gordon can showcase his
Oh,
There we go.
man.
There's
Thanks,
ladies.
All right, so here's some of the ladies, and then I'll just start dumping some more on top of these, and then I'll move them out of the way.
I like that echo a lot.
Are those all
Echo
single
one.
ladies?
All
Yeah.
the single ladies. All the single ladies. All the single ladies.
Well, I don't know. Is Medusa? I don't know if she's single.
No, Medusa.
I think that flew right over his head. Happy New Year, Gordon.
Happy New Year. Ooh. There we go. There's some more. And then I do have some more, but I'm going to quit showing all these because,
Sean's in. Hang on, Sean. We're just looking at
just ogling at the boobies.
At the boobies, yeah. Just oogling the boobies. Hey, Rich.
Thanks, Rich.
There's some awesome stuff in there. So anyone that's watching, if you want to get your hands on some of Gordon's little booby girls,
all these are available. All the ones I showed right now currently are all available.
Yeah, I love your stuff, Gordon.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm actually in here now.
Yeah, the feeling is mutual. Then I'll just show you a couple Spidey ones too, just for funsies.
Funsies?
Yeah.
Funsies.
All right, back to work.
All right, go back to the split. All right, hey, Sean, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. How's it going, fellas?
Fantastic.
What's going on, dude?
Trying to figure
working
out how
on?
I'm going to turn a red cover into a green Power Ranger.
What's the book?
Power
Is it
Ranger.
a Power Ranger book? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it was out of frame. I didn't see.
So how are you planning on doing that? Are you just doing gesso?
I'm using some acrylic wash and a lot of hopes, wishes, and prayers.
Oh, all right. Well,
That's how I like to start all my pieces.
Right?
So,
pretty
Jim,
sure you'll figure it out. Jim Rails, how you doing?
yeah.
So I was signing on just as I caught Josh saying that he was going to be an animator when he grew up, and I'm curious, has he actually grown up yet? I don't think that's happened.
Well, that's what I was saying. He's got plenty of time.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Everybody at their own pace.
Gordon,
Or
you
the
know
right
Sean, right?
pace.
I know of Sean. I don't know that we've ever been on the stream together.
Yeah, I don't believe so. I know we've interacted in the comments on here, or posts on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. But I don't think we've got to stream together. So it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Gordon, Sean, Gordon. There you go.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Say that goes on till probably next December.
Yeah, then we get to start over.
Exactly.
Marvel Cyber, not Cuber, Cyber.
So, Sean, after you do that wash and stuff, what are you doing? Are you going to paint that, or do you use marker on it?
I'm hoping I'm gonna paint it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. This is total experiment right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
I am taking the Warner method and totally winging it.
Yeah, that's pretty much every piece I do.
And not just reserved for pieces.
Yeah, it's just you get into a lot of arguments with Mark Wolf about that. Dude, just do it this way. You know what? I'm just gonna figure it out on my own.
Oh, and there's Mark in the comments.
Is he?
No.
Sweet.
I don't remember what it was, but one of the last streams we did, last year when Mark showed up. He kept trying to call me during the stream. I'm like, dude, I can't answer my phone.
Was he in the comments or was he?
Yeah,
just
he was
calling?
in the comments and he wanted to give somebody shit and like.
Oh,
he
just
like
wanted
starts calling me. I'm like,
he wanted to coach you.
Phone.
Yeah. Hey man, put me on speakerphone. That way I can tell you both what you're doing.
Exactly.
Man. God bless him. So Sean, you've got a stream coming up tonight, right? So it'll be
That
stream
I do.
number 2 for the
stream number 2 for the new year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
I don't know any other language to say it in, so Happy New Year.
Yeah, I caught a fair amount of the stream last night. I mean, after Tina's story, you guys couldn't have gone any higher, but yeah, that your Christmas crab story was particularly endearing.
Well, at least they're festive.
Yeah. You know, what better way to spend a holiday break than pounding down a pound of crab and potatoes and corn and sausage.
Yeah.
I just find it funny how like every one of your streams always goes down the food path at some point.
Oh yeah. Well, it's kind of a like
cooking with
Disney
the 40s.
Plus and food.
It's kind of funny because Tina gives Rodney all sorts of grief all the time about how every one of his stories has to deal with food. And then Rodney wrote 2 or 3 stories for us in the field guide. And I started reading them. I'm like, she's right. Every one of the stories revolved around food. One was frogs eating at fast food drive-through, and the other one was a giant spider eating people. And there always happens to be a Zagnut bar that shows up.
Zagnut.
Yeah. Is the Zagnut bar itself a cryptid?
I'm starting to wonder. It makes an appearance in like everything. And then I don't know, sometime last week or whatever, we were just like doing stuff around the house, and I had the John Candy, Dan Aykroyd Great Outdoors movie on in the background.
Uh-huh.
And the scene where John Candy takes the kids to the bear dump, and he gets out of the car and he's like, "Hey, you guys want a Zagnut bar?" I rewound that little bit of it, recorded it, and I sent it over to Rodney. I'm like, "Did you write this?"
Is that the one where he eats the steak too?
Yeah. Where he eats the old, I think it's like the old 96er or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that wasn't John Candy. That was Rodney.
Right.
All right. Let's see. I gotta go back to blue. Because everybody in the Marvel Universe has blue eyes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, there's very few. There's a couple brown, and then it's either blue or green.
Yep.
Well, you pretty much knocked out all the colors there, but
Yeah, good point.
no.
Hey, don't forget, some of them got red.
Yeah. But I mean, like, because Thanos has red eyes.
Vanessa has red eyes too.
Who's
but
Vanessa?
like you got like Doctor Strange has like gray,
Yeah,
and then
I usually do his blue anyway, though.
and then
well, you're
Electra's
wrong,
like,
Gordon.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Electras are black blue or black gray, blackish gray or something, and then you got but like every redhead has green eyes.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
That's a real thing, though, isn't it? Isn't that
I think
usually
so.
the case?
I don't know.
That's called genetics.
I don't know.
How come there's no albinos in superheroes?
I think Silk has brown eyes.
Silk definitely has the brown eyes.
You're just gonna totally ignore my question?
Yeah, you
I'm
said something
thinking,
about
I think there's
albinos.
some albino villains.
What is it? Who's the one that is it the Navy guy?
Tombstone. Is he albino?
Kind of
No, I
looks
think
like
he's
it.
just dead.
Mm.
No, you're thinking
Yeah.
of Solomon Grundy. Born on Monday.
Yeah, Tombstone. I don't know what color is Tombstone. Is he albino?
Let's see. Let's have a look. See.
I forget who asked it now, but according to the Google, redheads can have brown, hazel, or green eyes.
Yeah.
Is that Google or is that
Well, it was Google. It was like medical
like
something or other.
Quora?
Tombstone's eyes are
Ooh.
pink.
And Elmer says Caliban is albino. There we go. Okay.
Caliban.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's the
Caliban,
guy I was
yeah.
thinking of.
Oh, Omega Red has red eyes.
Right. And then Tombstone has pink eyes. He's got pink eye. Ooh. I'll have
Shouldn't
to-
shouldn't dig
Yeah.
your graves, then scratch your eyes.
I
need to,
farted on this pillow.
Sean, you need to plug your phone back in, dude.
Why? Oh, the cord hanging.
Yeah.
That's actually the
It's messing with Warner's OCD.
Also, I should
Not
do
really.
like this.
It's the angle of the dangle.
Speaking of phones,
Yeah.
Is it Mark Wolf?
I don't know whose phone was ringing.
That was mine. Hey, Kevin.
Oh, it's
Kevin
Kevin.
TC.
All right, we're gonna let this dry and see if this experiment works out. My work's done for the day. I spent like 20 minutes working. Not really.
I forgot where it was.
Here, we'll slide that there.
Now I know what I'm
But
doing.
that's not a what?
What? Who?
What?
Where?
You. I looked up and your Power Ranger turned to Winnie the Pooh-zam.
Yeah, that's because I gotta wait for all that to dry.
That's probably a smart decision.
Probably do another coat. I don't know. It's the first time trying to use acrylic gouache, so we'll see how this turns out.
Is that the Liquitex stuff?
Yeah. I cracked open the green, just seeing how the green would do on its own on red, and it's opaque and it comes through, but it's got to be like super thick. So that was like throw a coat of white down, see what happens. I think I'm still gonna have to lighten it a little bit.
Hey, Dre, aren't there multiple Marvel characters named Cyber, or is there just one?
If I Google Marvel Cyber, I just get this one guy. But I know he's got
Okay.
different iterations.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's Cypher I'm thinking of.
I think you're thinking Cypher, but I have the encyclopedia here, so let's see.
I've only ever seen the adamantium arm site.
Yeah, I think I'm getting the name mixed up. There's some card, I don't remember what series it was from, but there's some battle card with him and Wolverine that I just explicitly remember from childhood. I think it was maybe one of the Fleer Ultras.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've got that card somewhere.
Yeah, I did somewhere if I could find it, but
Hey Dre, just so you know, Cyber's eyes are hazel.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah,
You're welcome.
95 Fleer Ultra, I think is what it was.
Cypher's eyes are blue.
I remember that card that's up there.
Yeah, that's the only one I have of Cyber.
I remember that one too, but that's not the one I was thinking of. I was
No,
thinking of
probably
the
not. This
Fleer
is
Ultra one.
93.
Yeah, it was
There's
like a painted
95
one.
Yeah,
Here's that,
yeah.
And what I can't remember exactly how it worked out, but I just remember some sort of bugs tear apart Cyber, and Apocalypse uses the adamantium to give it to Wolverine.
So was that after he got it stripped?
Yeah.
That's how he got it back?
Yeah, it was that's how he got it back, and that's when he was I think he was Death in the Horseman.
Mm-hmm.
Wolverine was Death in the Horseman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's no Munshot today, huh?
No, he didn't reply. He's probably busy.
Yeah.
It's travel time for him.
I
Warner, you
got
want to
the
give
new
anything away?
What was that?
You want to give anything away?
No.
No, okay. Just checking.
No, those days are gone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! No more Warner giveaways, right?
Yeah, it was a let's get through this malaise of 2020 that rolled into 2021. Now it's time to do work.
Stop it. Knock it off.
This coming from the guy that used to complain about having free stuff on his table at a con.
Yeah.
Ah, the good old days.
Well, I mean, you got to do. What did I do? See, I don't remember. With the buttons, were the buttons free at San Diego? I think that they were free.
You had the free ash cans.
Yeah, but that's like a business card.
Yeah, well, and that first like couple of times, Kathy gave us like bags full of markers to start giving away.
Oh yeah, because she was working the Prismacolor booth.
Yeah, so we had markers rubber banded to postcards with our table number on it.
Yeah, so my wife at the time, she was working for Sanford Writing, and they did all the Prismacolor markers and Sharpie and all that stuff. And they have a booth at San Diego Comic-Con. So, my wife was like, "Hey, I'm going to be there anyways. I can help with the booth." So yeah, it was like they were giving away like free samples and all that stuff. And next thing you know, like a stack of markers show up and here, get rid of these.
And when he says stack, he means like 2 grocery bags full.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that's why Warner's still using Prismacolor markers to this day.
And you'd be amazed how many people like going through small press, and when you're like, "Hey, here's a free marker," you're handing them like a $5 marker, and they still don't want to take it.
Yeah, it's not a Copic.
Well, I guess that's the difference between a $5 marker and an $8 or $9 marker, huh?
That's true.
Yeah, but I take anything. I like to experiment with different stuff. I'm not a marker snob.
Well, and what's funny is that they actually blend well together too.
They do. You're right.
And on top of that, it's they the pigmentation and the colors themselves are like if you take one color of a Prismacolor and one color of a Copic as an example, they're not they say that they're the same color, but they're not actually the same color. So it just adds to your inventory of
Right.
to your palette, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it was I love Copics. I just don't get them for free.
All right. I'm done with this Omega Red. I'm going to take a picture of them and post them in my thread, see if anybody wants them.
Looks good. Did you make his eyes hazel?
No, I made them red like they're supposed to be.
Okay.
I don't, one thing about having that thread, I wonder how many people see it, because I know people that have like engaged with it, it'll pop up in their feed, but like you don't get like that brand new exposure like when you would make a new post,
Right.
But I mean, whatever. It's whatever. I don't really care.
Yeah, it's a running thread, and just because every time you do like post something or whatever, doesn't that give it a bump?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I wonder like if it bumps on everybody's or just the people that have already engaged with the thread at some point.
Good question.
Yes, yeah. I guess that's a good question for Mark Zuckerberg.
Somebody want to tag Mark?
I might show up with the barbecue sauce.
What we got here?
All right.
I was going back to the comments and nothing going on there.
You scared everyone off.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. All right, let's see. Back to the drawing board.
So what's next, Gordon?
I don't know. I was going to ask.
Ask
Anybody have any
the
suggestions?
comment section.
Yeah, I'm going to throw it out to the comment section.
Yeah, peanut gallery. Who's next? Paul. Paul popped in.
Did do the pencils for a wizard card earlier, but that was not PSC, so I guess I could do another one. I actually pulled up the other day because I was just kind of not stuck for character ideas, but I wanted to do some ones that I don't normally draw, so I just looked up a bunch. I was like, Marvel characters created by Jack Kirby, and then just kind of started going through the list, picking some of them here and there.
What about a Stilt Man?
Stilt Man. See, I'll have to do him on like a couple cards. I feel like that I would have to do like a puzzle situation for him to kind of get the effect.
Nice.
You
Purple
know what? I
Man.
might do Enchantress.
Ooh.
Ooh, she's fun. She's one of my go-tos.
Alright. Gotta do some sketchy first though.
Sketchy. Yeah, Paul, there is a lot going on.
It's hard to focus on one, huh?
Yeah, different.
This is why I think 4 is probably the max to really have
Yeah.
on a stream. Because remember that one time there was like 8 of us, and it was
Oh,
just
God.
like it was like lunch break at the school.
Well,
But
I mean, I wonder how many people actually watch what's going on instead of just kind of listening to
listening, yeah.
lunacy. Yeah.
But,
that sounds like it would kind of be a train wreck.
Part of the beauty of the stream is that you can archive it if people did want to go back and watch for things that they missed the first time they could. But who's
Yeah,
doing
nobody's got time for that.
that? True. Nobody's doing that.
Yeah, the only reason to archive stuff is to do it for other time zones. Or at least that's what I found. I always like getting messages on a stream, a couple hours later, and it's like somebody in Australia. Wow, this is really great stuff, guys. Yeah, dude, you're watching a rerun.
Claim.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are always fun in the morning, about 2 hours after I'm done streaming.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I'm sorry, it's not live anymore.
Sean, why are you ignoring me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, is this thing on? Can anybody see my messages?
That was kind of us last night because we got so involved in Tina's movie theater story that we kind of forgot to read the comments for a while.
That was
It happens.
very amusing, though.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
It's like, I didn't say anything. I don't know. It just kept on going on about, like, he obviously did bother you.
That was it. You know what? It was like watching a train wreck because you were just waiting for the story to get dark.
Yeah.
And it never went there. I mean, it just
I
kind
was
of
totally
fizzled
waiting
out.
for Rodney to say, yeah, and then I stood up and then the guy ran out of the theater.
Yeah.
Or it was like one punch and it was over. So it's so new year. Does this mean Josh has more home renovations on tap, or they all done?
I'm done until spring.
I could use you over here if you're looking for some work.
Until
I don't do like I don't do hurricane renovations.
Renovation.
Man.
Well, that's not very neighborly of you.
Dude, I'm not in New Orleans.
Yeah, what kind of neighbor?
Hey guys, give him a break. He's from Canada, and to him, every state's next to each other.
Well, yeah, Canada is south of Detroit.
Exactly.
Hey, so I had no idea David Finch is in Canada.
Really?
I had no clue. He was watching
He's
this.
really close to you?
Well, no, he's in Windsor. He's closer to Sean. You're Sean. To Warner, probably. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I had no idea. I was just watching his later stream and he's talking about, well, his wife really took over, but they're talking about the horses and the ducks and whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, and Windsor this, Windsor that. It's like, wait a second. I thought you guys moved to LA. But
It is Windsor, Canada?
Yep.
Again, southeast suburb of Detroit.
Yep.
Yeah, that actually is their suburb.
That blew my mind when I learned that in like 6th grade.
Which part?
That Windsor was south of Detroit. I don't know. We had some stupid like trivia thing going on, and that was a question. It's like, what country is directly south of Detroit? and like all of us stood there with our mouths hanging open when we found out it was Canada.
Yeah, it's well, Boblo was in Canada. Which was Boblo Island was back in the day. It was like an amusement park kind of a thing.
Is that near Detroit?
Yeah, it's down the river, but it was, the island itself was actually Canadian territory.
Oh. Did we end up reclaiming that, or did you guys end up reclaiming that?
No, it got shut down, and
Talking about the amusement park?
Yeah.
Canada reclaimed it? Is that what you're asking, Dre? If they reclaimed the amusement park?
Yeah.
Yeah, they tore it down and turned it into a nice suburb.
Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Maple syrup farm.
We just got a new Tim Hortons.
You guys didn't get the NHL cards down there, did you? With the Timmies.
Can't say we did. I don't go there enough.
I bet we
Did you
didn't
get
get to
them all?
test some Bieber stuff either.
You didn't get the Biebs? The Bieber balls?
I think I remember we had a conversation about that on another stream. You were telling me all about the Bieber balls.
Yeah, because I went to grab a cup of coffee and I had to wait like 10 minutes because the guy in front of me bought every single piece of Bieber merchandise those guys had in there. He dropped like $400. I'm
I
like,
do
dude, I just
remember
want a
this.
coffee.
Oh, man.
Look at these Morose MF. Smells like someone took a shit in their cereal. Hey, Billy. Nice to see you, too. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Billy.
I think I might be overworking this prelim.
Oh, it's a prelim? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be on MCCW card. So I'm still going to scale it down and redraw it.
Hey, just remember, harder, not smarter.
Yeah.
Harder.
That's what she said.
So,
Hi, Scarlett.
Ian.
Happy New Year, Scarlett.
Ian got me listening to where is it? Ian Taylor to what the hell are they called? Derek and Clive, which are 70s UK radio comedy. It's so dirty. It's like filthy, but you can't stop listening to it. You just
Who is this?
Derek and Clive. I'll send you the link after because I can't play that here.
And
You afraid of a copyright strike, or you just think it's too dirty?
It's dirty. I don't care about copyright strikes. Hang on, let me bring it up on my phone.
I wrote it down.
Yeah, okay. I'll send you the link. If anybody else is interested, drop me a note and I'll share it as well.
Put it in the comments.
A cyber fan. Billy, I thought you were a cyber fan.
Where's Billy at? Is he on the Twitch?
Billy's on the Tube of Views.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Watch me open on YouTube. Or, let me give him a little drop. If you want to check out some great box breaks, the odd giveaway, and just some good nerd
really
humor,
awesome
go to watchmeopen.com. And you can watch him open.
Is it a website or just a YouTube channel?
Well, go to watchmeopen.com and find out.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out who
I
owns
just
that
had him on
domain, huh?
YouTube.
No, I told him to get the to buy the domain and redirect to his YouTube channel. So that way he can actually.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, that is a
Jim
good
probably
idea.
Gordon, I think I mentioned that to you before. Or send it to TikTok, or send it to your Instagram, or whatever.
Yeah, you did.
We bought the Scarlet Huntress domain so we can have that for the next Kickstarter.
You should start using that as soon as possible, even if the Kickstarter isn't live.
I put it on stuff. Does that count?
You put it on stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what happens when you go to it?
It goes to my website.
Oh, okay, that's good. Billy says, Josh, your canvas looks small on the quad box. That Carol. No, Warner went to do something, but maybe when he comes back, he can move it to camera left a bit.
Did he take a bathroom break or did he go for a beer?
Wait, how do you guys get full screen? Y'all just have it turn landscape? Maybe I'll do that.
I'm using a webcam.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
on a
that's
webcam
why.
too.
Gotcha.
And it's really stupid that you can't.
It is really stupid.
You can get it to go landscaped, at least in some of the stuff, but you have to start your phone that way from the get-go.
Gotcha. You can't change it in the middle.
Yep.
Ooh.
That's a pain.
Yeah. Very
You
much
want to
so.
try that, Gordon? I'll let you back in.
No, it's oh boy.
It's a trick.
Well, the thing is, you can't zoom in. That's
Yeah.
that's the biggest issue. Is
Well, I mean, I can
like
adjust that, but then it gets too close to the actual surface.
yeah, I mean, I could zoom in, but then I'd have to, my phone's right in front of the.
Yeah,
in front
which
of
is
the
kind of
piece.
how I have it now.
You can get you a cheap webcam.
I
What?
could, but then I'd have to, because my computer's behind me. I'm running everything through the phone, so I don't
What
know.
resolution is y'all's too? Because I have one, but it does 720, and when I've streamed on YouTube before, it just kind of looks crappy.
Well, YouTube does some stupid compression.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
StreamYard's pretty good. Like I mean, my StreamYard account only goes to yeah, it only allows to 720, but my camera's 1080. So I can technically zoom in through the webcam controller and not lose quality, which I think is what Sean just did.
Yeah, like I've got the Logitech, whatever they call the app that comes with it, so I can actually zoom while we're streaming.
Oh, that's cool.
So I can pull in and out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm running an old C525, but
yeah, what's mine? It's the 920, I think.
yeah, you have a newer one. This thing's like 7 years old, but see, I can.
Okay. See, I've got this one, but I just don't know how to I haven't figured out a good way to have it running too. Like I gotta hang it on something, get it to clip to.
Get you a I don't know what they call these things, scissor arm. They're like under $20 on Amazon.
Yeah,
I just got it mounted to my desk, and to make my camera like more flexible, I've got like a little I don't remember what the hell the thing's called off the top of my head now. It's made for cameras, and it's an extra little swivel to position it. And that thing was like $5.
Awesome.
Yeah. Or if you can look at my screen, you can see my setup.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
Hey, whatever works, man.
Just need the tape. Is that a fork? Yeah.
No, it's chopsticks.
Josh will get this. Take what you can get.
Yeah, and it's just that I never got around to buying the proper thing, and this works. But the only thing with the webcam, like Warner, when Warner does his streams, he does them through Facebook Live. You can't join on a webcam.
Oh really?
Yeah, which is really stupid. So then
That
you
is stupid. All right, let's get Mark on here again.
Yeah. Tell us what we're doing.
I don't know, Mark.
You talk about Wolf?
He's kind of. He used to be. He actually used to do a lot of stuff for Lucasfilm, and then he just life got in the way, kind of thing. So he's kind of been out
Mark
of the game for a
Zuckerberg?
while. No. Oh, are we talking
Oh,
about?
you were talking about Zuckerberg. Okay, I thought we were talking about Wolf.
I did too.
No. Oh, no, we were talking about Facebook limitations again. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sorry.
Zuckerberg, fix your shit.
You change too fast on us, man. We're slow.
Yeah, that's the ADHD.
Is that still the politically correct term for that? ADHD?
Oh, I
don't-
didn't know that there was a question about that.
Well, at one point it was ADD, and then you couldn't say ADD anymore because somebody got offended.
Mm.
Probably because of the word deficit.
You got the ads?
Because what does ADHD stand for?
I don't know.
Oh, it's not deficit. No, still got to be attention deficit.
Hyperactive, maybe?
Hyperactive disorder or something like that, isn't it?
That's
Yeah, I think that's it.
ADHD.
I think there's a
American
difference
Diversified
between the two, I'm
Holding.
not sure.
Hmm.
Near filters.
I think the poo.
Yeah, you did. Is ADD the same as ADHD? I'm not reading this.
I think it's like a level up, it's like the next achievement level.
It's the next tier. Here we go.
Not making fun of disabilities.
No, like we all have it now. I mean, as much as not maybe medically diagnosed, but like the way that we consume everything now, it's like we've just trained ourselves to be freaking overloaded with sensory stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. That's why everything in a movie or TV show or commercial is quick flash of this, quick flash of that. Like, you can't spend time on anything.
Why
It's
am
a
I
social
coloring
issue.
this? Social issues. Let's talk about social issues. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. All right. Thanks, Billy. That's the official definition.
Hey Trey, are you a Twitch affiliate?
No.
How do you get that? Do you know?
I think you need to have a certain amount of viewers and playback. And,
I can tell you
oh, there you go.
because I get the daily emails on it.
Is it like what are the benefits of it? Do you
After a while, you can start getting subscriptions and you get paid, but it's literally like pocket change.
right. So it's like all the other social medias, like TikTok has like a creator fund, and they literally pay you like cents per 1,000 views.
Yeah. Like the nice thing is like you can get people to subscribe to you, and you get a little bit more, but it's still like not worth the time and effort.
I think the stuff works if you're putting out a ton of content. And
yeah, if like that's all you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like a volume thing.
So you got to meet these 4 requirements: at least 50 followers. You got to stream for 8 hours, and you got to stream on 7 different days, and you have to maintain an average of 3 viewers.
I don't think I've ever had 3 viewers.
Yeah, I my average is 0.4. Like you have to keep it consistent, and then you can be an affiliate. And I don't know what the step is after that. I think it's like partner, and then you make more per thing and whatnot. But We looked into it
Yeah.
last year because we were like really trying to push to do it. It's like, oh yeah, we can make extra money. And then a friend of ours did it, and it's like, you get how much? Like, I'm not sucking all my time into this.
Right. Yeah,
I
that's
think YouTube is really the better place to do it for our kind of stuff.
But
Yeah,
even then, there still is like it's kind of they made it more difficult to get into it.
Yeah, you got to have what is it, 1,000 followers, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, you need 1,000 subs, and then you have to have 4,000 watched hours in the last 12 months.
Yeah, but to get tips and subscriptions and the power chats and all that.
Yeah, but I think you can get super chats maybe once you hit a certain number too. I don't know that you have to be in the partner program to get that. I don't know though. I could be wrong.
I think you're right on that, but outside of like the super chats and stuff, you can sign up for like oh shoot, what's it called? Streamlabs. And you can get like tips through that and stuff. But again, you got to be on there like constantly and have a ton of people watching.
Yep. Instagram just wide released that badges thing, but I mean it's the same thing. It's like tips, but I just don't see unless you're some kind of influencer that I don't know. I don't see how that's going to be very beneficial to me, but whatever.
Yeah.
But Gordon, you got a big audience on TikTok, right?
Yeah, I haven't really been cultivating that lately though, so I don't know if it's
No, but I mean, did that unlock a bunch of? Because I'm sure that they're like tips.
So that was why I was
talking.
talking about the creator fund because it did allow me to get into that. They don't tell you like how much they pay you, but they pay you like a rate based on things like views, comments, shares, and stuff like that. So again, it's like a volume thing. Like they want you to post a lot of videos because the more you post, the more you'll get, but also the more time they have people on the app. So they pay you pennies to do their work for them, but it's not, they don't pay you enough to kind of incentivize it. You're better off trying to get, a brand deal with some company or do some kind of collaboration with another company and do something that way. Which I guess I could attempt, but I don't know. I don't even know how to really go about that.
Start doing videos sponsored by Manscaped.
Exactly.
We were trying to look at stuff like that last year, and we didn't get very far. But we were trying to find like, see if we could get a sponsorship from Gemini mailers and things like that.
Oh yeah, like stuff you'd use for sure.
Yeah. A buddy of mine does a Star Wars podcast, and that's what they do every week. Is like this segment brought to you by Manscaped, and they got to go through the whole bit about shaving their junk.
Yeah. I wonder if they write that whole thing for you, or you have to kind of fluff it.
I think you kind of get an option. Because to be honest, I listen to enough people that's their sponsor that everyone's got like a little something different.
Yeah.
I think they kind of give you a script you can go by, and then you can kind of ad lib as long as you hit all their keywords and whatnot.
I tried to get a collaboration with Arteza, however you say it, like a year. It was actually more like a year and a half ago. And they were like, thanks, but no thanks. But really? I thought about, this was 16, 17 months ago. And this was really before TikTok really started growing for me and stuff like that. So I've thought about doing it again, reaching out to them again, just seeing if they would like want to do something.
It's worth a shot, right? Like, hey, I'm like TikTok famous now.
TikTok famous. Well, anybody can get as many followers as I have if they just post regularly.
Well, you just got to do it.
Yeah. Hey, I tell kids this all the time in streams when they ask me questions about like, finding your style, doing all this random stuff, whatever. I always tell them, I said, it's not always the most talented or most successful people that always are the most successful. It's not always the most talented. Sometimes it's just the people that kind of like refuse to quit. because they kind of just grind it out and they make it further than the people that maybe are super talented, but they get burnt out or they're not really into it.
It's persistence.
And
Yep.
yeah.
That's totally true.
My business partner got me listening to an ebook called Compound Effect, and it's about it's kind of a motivational thing.
Yeah.
Guy's a little annoying, but can't listen to too much of it at once because it's got like that kind of like, yeah, and now you're gonna go and you're gonna take your goals and you're gonna bottle them up and then you're gonna drink that goal juice. And so I can't listen to that for too long, but he does have some good points about persistence, right? Pick something, whatever it is, and just stick to it, right? And if you're gonna say, you're gonna do X for the next year every day, do it, right? Don't quit. And that's like kind of the real takeaway there is just like, if you quit, you're not gonna do it, right?
Yeah, and it all depends. It all gets down to like how much you really want it. Like if you really kind of determine it's not something you're that into, then quit. There's nothing wrong with quitting. But if you really want it, it's really something you want to do. You have to kind of fight through that.
Well, absolutely. But the point is that if you said you're going to do something and then you quit, there's no excuse, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's whatever it is, right?
Well, we love excuses. We love to give ourselves reasons why we can't do something or didn't do something. That's for sure.
Especially when you have the wrong pencil.
Shoddy carpenter blames his tools, right?
Yeah. I love the pencil thing. What kind of pencil is that?
Yeah. What kind of markers are you using? What kind of pens? People ask me that all the time. It's gotten to the point that whenever I do have a website, I'm setting up a supplies page so I can just say, hey, here's a link. Check out everything that I have. And if you want to go buy it on Amazon, go for it.
Here's my affiliate link.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I do.
Usually, it's what are the tools you use? It's whatever's in reach, really.
It's everything in my Amazon affiliate link.
And I love it too because Dre will send like pictures and stuff of like all the like the paint and stuff he gets for like $1. And it's like you see his work and people are probably like, what kind of paints are you using? What brushes are you using? And it's literally like some of like the just cheapest stuff that he can find.
It's like, yeah, I'm looking at my art supplies here and it's like $27 worth of stuff.
Oh yeah, no.
And one of them is 15.
Dre will send you links. Dre will send you a link saying, "Oh, look, there's a sale on art brushes at Home Depot."
Dude, they're good brushes. Where are they? Oh, where's my Home Depot
This
brushes?
is coming from the guy that buys his brushes at the dollar store.
It was Walgreens.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a
And I
step up.
still use those too, man.
They were dollar store style brushes, but they quadrupled the price because it was at Walgreens.
Well, Walgreens is on the corner. I don't want to drive out of my way to go to a dollar store.
Yeah, then you got to start figuring in the price of gas and whether it's worth it,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was like a 26-piece set. Even had the little foam brushes.
I think we should go back to the style thing. We should get Josh going on style.
Oh gosh.
Yes, do it. Do it.
Josh has no style.
I have no style.
I disagree.
Bruce Lee or something.
I think it's it's all in the you're looking at your own stuff so much that you just don't see it. But it just feels like you every time I sit down at the drawing board, something else comes out.
Well,
I mean, it doesn't feel like that there's much of uniformity
yeah,
from, in what I'm
consistency.
doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of times I tell kids when they ask that question too, I'm like, well, I always want to preface this and start by saying I kind of just think your style or whatever you want to call it is just how you draw, because it's never going to stay the same. It's constantly changing.
That's exactly what it is.
You should show your sketches from the ones that you showed me the other day, Gordon.
Oh, the one. What? Can't remember which ones those were, because I
There
found
were
some
a
old
bunch
ones
of
recently.
DC stuff.
Oh yeah, the sketch
Yeah.
cards. Okay, the
And
ones from like 2009 or 8 or whatever.
yeah, and you definitely had a specific pose.
Oh yeah. Let me see if
Those
I can
ones.
find them. I'll show them to y'all real quick. I don't
Because
remember.
and like I'm not poking fun or a jab, but it's
No,
like
it's okay.
a perfect.
It's okay. I'm not taking offense to it at all. Trust me. All right, I'm gonna pull these out of the sleeves so I can show you all these bad boys.
Take them out of the one touch.
Diamond encrusted one touch.
That's vintage Wills, man.
Oh man, I did have a couple Marvel ones too. That's a Black Panther, Daredevil. Yeah, it's all about the journey, right?
Yeah.
Definitely
Hang on.
cringing looking at these bad boys.
Hang on. Let's give you the big screen.
Okay, let me move this stuff
How
out the
do I do
way.
that? No, how do you do that? This one. There you go. All
I'm
right,
gonna leave Enchantress out there just for reference, so y'all can kind of see the difference. All right, we got Aquaman here. We got a Black Panther here, same pose. And there's Daredevil, same pose again. And here's the same pose with the Blue Beetle from the other angle. And then we got the same one here.
That is awesome.
Oh
consistency.
man, these...
Exactly.
Look at that consistency,
See,
though. Right.
that is style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
I was that was a lot. It. Oh, that one says 2011. Wow, I'm embarrassed. A lot of it, it has to do with who are your influences, who are your artists that you're really into at the time, like what kind of art are you into, and things like that always influence the way you draw too. Because I've always just drawn what I liked, and that's kind of what I've always gravitated to. So things change as your tastes change too.
Yep.
it'd be interesting if you were to take one of those and try to redo it in that style, but with the dynamic posing that you do now.
Huh. That would be. I don't know how I would pull that off.
Right, like the button nose, this guy look, which who I can't remember. You told me too who you're strongly influenced by at that time.
Oh, it was a lot of Michael Turner and back then, and somebody else. I had just really gotten big into like Michael Turner's art around then. Because what happened around that time was too, that was when I started to get back into reading comics, and I had started buying a bunch of trades of like stuff that I had missed out on, and he had done a bunch of Flash stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, let's see, Enchantress.
Green eyes.
Yep, Green Eyes is right.
Yeah, I think when it comes to the style thing, it's especially when you move from media to media or whatever, it just helps evolve. Whether for good or for worse, your quote unquote style. It's like You know,
Well, it's evolution, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is that, like, coming from, and Sean can certainly attest to this as well. I mean, when you do like comic books versus like pinup art or whatever, I mean, they're two different, completely different things. Working in a sequential art format versus just that single image. And then when you start playing around with different media, now it's like, I mean, I haven't drawn a book in, well, since before the pandemic. I haven't done any sequential art.
That
So
really
it's like,
surprises me.
yeah, right? I mean, it's just, I just haven't done it, However, I'm getting back into that mode now, but I'm curious to see what things will end up looking like, when I do that. Because like with my series, the next trade, I actually specifically did a totally different style, quote unquote, for each book. So they all have a very, very distinct look. They're very different. So I'm
So are you
curious
going
to
to do
see
that on the next one? Or is this
the
still...
next one. Yeah. Again, the trade is like, they're one and done books, one and done stories that I'm just going to collect into a trade, because the first two trades were like, each one was a single story, right?
Right, but they continue the story, don't they?
Yeah. Now the third trade, which is, I'm working on the last book of that. Each story is like a standalone. It's a standalone book, but it all gets tied into the next storyline. So it's like, oh, okay, you want to know what, it's like the old school comics where, you're reading Spider-Man and it says, there's a reference to, something that happened already. And then you get the editor's note that says, check out Spider-Man issue such and such, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one of those things where, okay, now I start a whole new storyline, but it's like, there's going to be some background, information that doesn't necessarily show up in that storyline, but it's going to tie back to these one and done stories that I did.
Cool. So when are you planning on putting that up?
When I finish it, I have one more book. I mean, yeah, it's the before the pandemic, there was so much stuff on the plate. I mean, like Sean, Jay, and I actually have a book that we're doing. But
Is that the Baywatch Nights spin-off?
Was
that
one? It's a lot like that, but not.
Okay.
Like Baywatch Nights, if Baywatch Nights had a moose.
Right.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like, I mean, it's just there's things where what we're doing is we're taking each of our IPs and we're throwing them into a pot.
Is it kind of like the Mojoverse? You're throwing them into the Mojoverse?
The who
Kinda.
verse?
The Mojoverse.
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
not
it's
too
definitely
far off.
Yeah, it's definitely a multiverse kind of a thing as well, where they're kind of, these
They're going to
characters
cross paths.
Oh yeah, and it's it's and you're talking about, you have just think about how could you possibly pull this off. You have a Scarlet Huntress who's a werewolf hunter. It's basically like kind of like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer, only she's a descendant of Little Red Riding Hood that hunts werewolves. Then you have a pinup model / monster from like the Dr. the island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh,
And then
that's
you have,
Jace.
yeah, that's definitely Jay's. And then you have a superhero moose. Now, how on earth are you going to get all of these together in one story arc?
Well, it's
Book?
very simple. Do you want me to solve the problem for you?
Oh no, the problem's been solved. Everything's
Oh,
written.
okay.
It's it's just a matter of getting around to actually drawing it and producing it.
Actually doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
So Stephanie chimed in saying Sean has a book to start and finish this year already. She's reading the script again right now.
Nice.
Yep. And I'll be listening to it this weekend. I found this lovely little thing that reads stuff to me on the computer.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I can sit there and work and listen to it, and that's how I found out that our villain started to sound like Inigo Montoya.
And
Hello.
Billy wants everyone to talk about their favorite sketch cards by yourself ever, year, stock character, and go. So, Gordon, you can start.
I can't answer that one right away. I'm gonna have to check back because there may have been a couple that I would have said that I can't say.
Can you say the character? Just don't mention the stock.
You have to give me a minute to think about that real quick. I'm just gonna scroll through some pictures, see if I can. It's gonna have to be something that's been done in the last year and a half, 2 years
recent,
for
right?
sure.
Yeah. You're not going back to Premiere 17 for that.
No, definitely not going to that one.
Hey, Jamie. Warner.
See, it's so funny because, to be honest, and I'll preface this with a story. I generally don't remember a lot of my cards, kind of thing. And what was it? It was a Zoom call with I think it was Matt Fuller, and he had pulled out like this card, and everybody was just kind of chatting. We were chatting about like sketch cards. Were you there, Dre?
No, not for that part. I know what stream you're talking about, but
okay. So he pulls out the sketch card of Black Cat, and he's showing like everybody in this Zoom meeting, right? I was like, oh yeah, I think I saw that somewhere on eBay or something. That's cool. You got it. Kind of a thing. And everybody it was almost like because the Zoom meeting, it looks like the Brady Bunch box where everybody's kind of looking at each other, going, "What the hell's this guy talking about?" And it was my own sketch. I didn't recognize it as being mine. I knew I saw it somewhere before, but I didn't remember where.
So is that your favorite?
No, that was not my favorite. That's one that I actually kind of wish that Fuller would send back to me to redo. But
way to stay on topic.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, I think the ones that like kind of jump out at me are like there was the masterpiece snafu. A lot of the ones that that second batch that never saw the light of day. A lot of those were pretty good.
That's kind of what I was referring to.
There was well, it hasn't seen the light of day yet, as of yet. But I think that, and I can't necessarily, not necessarily a specific one card, but I think I really like my Rocket raccoons. I think that those turn out, because I use like reference of an actual raccoon,
but not a rocket.
Yeah, Rocket. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's probably my favorite image. Is one of those rockets, and then stock. I definitely like. I used to like the Premiere stock a lot, because it was like super thick. But I think, especially if you start, working with a wet media, because it's so thick, it tends to it may be it might be easier for it to, the layers to separate, to delam. But I think Masterpieces is probably my favorite. You know, because of the border. The border is very subdued. It doesn't, you know, take over the entire card. You can kind of get away with just going over it and, you know, not worrying about it, kind of a thing. Whereas like Premiere, or you take like like the etch cards.
The
That
X-Men
was
metal would have the card being gray.
yeah, it's like half the card's covered with, you know, whatever the border is. It's like, man, you're
Ages
kind of
with the yellow.
yeah. Anime is another good example because they had the big border on the bottom, and then at the top it was like this big black, you know, anime logo on it. So
You
I don't know, that's it. But I'm starting to get used to some of the thinner stock too. But I think my favorite is definitely the Masterpieces stock.
I like some of the thinner stock. The only problem I usually have with those is the backside. When you're trying to sign them, a lot of times they don't have the best backside to them.
Well, the bleed through
Yeah.
drives me nuts. So, Sean?
I haven't done a sketch card in like 2, maybe 3 years now.
Well, I mean, of the ones that you did.
I can't think of one in particular. I would just say what my favorite thing I think was to do on all the sets, no matter what the set was I somehow managed to fit in a Cosmic Spider-Man in every set.
Nice.
And
doesn't
I
get
didn't
enough
like any
love.
of the stocks. They were all awful.
I did. Yeah, I do. There. Yeah, that's a very good question, though. Is there, aside from Dre and Venom, is there one particular character that you have to put into every single set?
Ooh, this is gonna be boring, but yeah, I like to draw Captain America every set and also Iron Man, but it's just I really like drawing like the classic Iron Man armor
Oh, yeah.
and I like drawing Captain America. So usually those two, but the only reason I'd say those two also is because early on I worked on a lot of MCU sets. So
Right.
I felt obligated to draw them and not dip too much into the comics characters that weren't related to whatever movie it was.
Right.
I've kind of gotten out of that a little bit though. I really don't care anymore. But
Do
I will
whatever.
say some of my best cards, I think, are probably on the set that I'm working on now. And I think it's just because it's been like over a year since I worked on one. So it's just a year worth of drawing and sketching and everything. And so I just think these have been coming out really good.
Yeah, there's definitely an evolution thing. I mean, there's a set that's coming out that I worked on, and it's definitely one of those things where, as you start doing different things, or your quote unquote style evolves. I mean, I think the natural answer is the last sketch card I did is probably my favorite or best. You know, to put it into into those terms. You know, because I mean,
Yeah.
that 17 stuff was was awful, comparatively
Yeah.
speaking.
Right.
So
I mean, I've got a couple. I'm in the middle of one right now. It's due at the end of the month, and I've mostly done pencils and inks for it, but I've colored about 15 of them so far, and I'm really liking how it's going. So I'm really excited about these. So I guess that's the best way to answer that question.
So the most recent.
Yeah.
Dre.
Yeah. Oh,
what's your story?
There's a unreleased set. There's a Cosmic Spider-Man. that I was very happy with. And there's Werewolf Captain America,
Wasn't.
which I don't know if, like I said, they're unreleased sets, so I don't know if they're approved or anything, but technically maybe not the best, but just overall.
Yeah,
I
the question
really like
was
it.
your favorite, not
Yeah.
necessarily your best, but
I mean, I like
because
the Squirrel Girl Bullseye.
yeah,
I really got a
Tippy.
kick out of the Tippy Bullseye. I really got a kick of that card, and that was fun to do. Like, it wasn't highly crazy detailed and rendered like in a lot of layers, but that one was really fun, and I really liked that. But
That and what Orb? Those are the ones that kind of stand out for me of yours.
because they're different.
Yeah,
Mm.
but there was
Orb,
but there
too,
was
yeah, for masterpieces.
there was something, you know, it was like there was a little something extra put into it, you know. I mean, with the Tippy thing, that's, you know, obvious, but with the Orb thing, with the amount of varnish you put on just the eye,
Oh yeah, that's
you know.
got like an eighth of an inch of varnish just on the eye. That thing looks soaking wet. That's all JD's fault too,
Yeah,
because he's like, I want to lick it. Okay, I'm gonna make it look.
You
like
know,
it.
I will say one thing about like favorite characters doing on a set. One thing that I really enjoy like doing on these is getting input from some of the collectors. Like if they say, "Hey, I don't see very much of this character" or whatever, I'll try and do that sometimes, and that's always really fun.
yeah. I mean, yeah. As far as characters go, it's generally, you know, I like to do characters that, you know, people don't necessarily, that you don't always see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've said it a million times, but like, you know, it's like, why should I draw Deadpool when everybody else is doing Deadpool and doing it much better than me? Kind of a thing.
Because you don't like money.
Well, yeah, there's a little bit of that, but I mean, it's you know, it's like least favorite characters for me to draw are like Spider-Man, Wolverine. Wolverine is so hard for me to draw for some reason.
Carnage.
French curves.
Carnage, I actually, I'm happy with the result of Carnage. He's just so hard to draw.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, you know what? I don't have
No,
an issue with her.
Yeah, I know. I'm just jabbing because you're working at Captain Marvel.
Yeah, but like Hulk is very hard for me to draw.
Yeah, I agree.
He is, just because of the proportions, and what's funny is that you can look at him, you figure it out, and you know exactly what it's supposed to look like. It's just the hand doesn't do what your brain is telling it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just really hard to draw. You know, like, I don't know. I mean, some of the ones that I don't like to draw come out pretty well, and some of the ones that I really like to draw don't come out well at all.
I used to hate. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say I used to hate drawing female characters. I wouldn't do it because they all looked weird, and I just did like a terrible job. And then I had to work on DC Bombshells one time, and it was like exclusively females. Like, well, guess I better learn how to do this and get better at this, because if not, this is gonna be awful.
Is that the one where he gave them all mustaches? Was that Bombshells? Or not all of them, but he gave a few of them that had mustaches.
Some
right?
of them, yeah. Superman had a mustache.
Yep.
And I think some other people did too.
I remember seeing Wonder Woman with a mustache.
Oh, that was something I did for fun. That
It wasn't the actual
that wasn't
set?
part
Yeah,
of
it was
the
like
actual
PSC
set.
stuff.
Yeah, that was just a whole little mustache theme thing where I was drawing characters with mustaches.
All right. So, Sean, you're still passing on this because you haven't done a sketch card since.
What are we talking? Our least favorite things to draw?
Well, the question was favorite sketch card by yourself ever. What was it? Year, stock, character.
I don't know. I can't think of one that was like my favorite to draw, or like, my favorite, like how it turned out. I guess I'm kind of partial to a Thor I did on the very first set, because that was like the only set where I really took some time and had interest in doing it. And it was one of those 5x7, so it was like, I wasn't trying to, use a magnifying glass to draw what I was doing.
So was that Premiere 17 oversize?
I think so.
I think so. I remember you doing 5x7s for that one.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess, to answer the other thing I was going around with, the least favorite, I don't know. I was not a fan of working on the Punisher set. I just kind of got bored with trying to draw the Punisher over and over.
You know that you can draw other characters.
Yeah, I know, but I was trying to like keep it to like stuff that was in, because it was, all on the Netflix series.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to, work in Punisher and Kingpin and Daredevil and stuff like that, but it just, I don't know. It got boring pretty quick, and it was like that set. I was literally like I was going to a con, and I took all the cards with me, and I was sitting there in the hotel room the night before the con, like just jamming out sketches as fast as I could, so I could turn in something for the deadline. That was before I just decided, yeah, you know what, their deadline's going to kind of go out the window, and I'm only going to do one card on the set.
Dre, how many?
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask Dre how many Venoms he draws on each set.
You know what? Too many. I think in masterpieces in like MM20, there were like 15 Venoms. So like 10% of the cards were Venoms, or symbiote, like Venomized something, because there was Venomized Hulk and some other stuff.
I don't think there's any such thing as too many Venoms.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I like doing Venom because he's not symmetrical, so you can really kind of go messy.
Oh yeah,
Like, I don't think you can really mess up Venom.
Same thing with Carnage. Yeah, you can just kind
It's
of
same thing with Carnage. Now, first, I don't really like.
I can mess up
painting red.
Carnage.
The issue I have with Carnage, it's the red, because red's a really hard color to get a lot of different values out of.
Yep.
So that's why, and there
So I use some yellows and oranges.
Yeah, but it still kind of shifts very easily from orange to tangerine. So that's why I kind of try to avoid it. But it's the same thing: Venom, Carnage.
Yeah.
Even the female symbiotes, which I really didn't do much of. I did recently a couple of Scream and what's the other chick?
Shriek or
no, Agony.
Agony.
Yeah, I did a couple of.
Yeah, you shared that recently.
Yeah, those Twippies. They were a blast to do, and it's the same reason, because I still managed to get a little bit of sensuality out of them to identify them as females without being
big boobies.
Enoughy. Yeah, I mean, one of them's a headshot, and she's just creepy, and then the other one's got that kind of crawling shape, and you can tell that it's a female form. But as long as the base silhouette is there and is somewhat okay, then the rest of it doesn't really matter. Okay, Billy has a follow-up question. Anyone have a sketch card they were 100% sure was going to get rejected and they sent it in anyways? And is there ever the thought in that situation to not send it in so your work isn't destroyed? So I can answer the second part for the group, and that is that you're not supposed to keep your cards back. So has the thought occurred? Yes. Have I ever not sent a card back because I was afraid it's going to get destroyed? No.
There's definitely some I've thought we're not going to make it past the smell test, but I think we're all our own worst critics too. So I mean, that's to be expected.
Honestly, I don't think Tippy was going to get approved, but it did. So.
I
And there's-
totally ignored that do not draw list the one time. And I'm trying to remember. I think it was Nightcrawler. I think Nightcrawler was still on the list. And I totally
He's still on the list.
I totally just brain farted and drew a Nightcrawler. And I think that one made it through. Like
Those do
somehow-
make it through sometimes.
Yeah. But there was another one that I drew, and I cannot remember what character it was. That, yeah, I totally got an email back on. As you know, so and so is not on the drawing, or on the do not draw list, so we've got to decline that one. Like, okay, yeah, I totally didn't read that. So,
I did two separate waves of Marvel Premiere 2019, and the first one, I was so rushed and didn't feel like I had, ample time to finish. So I didn't even finish all the cards, but I just was so unhappy with them. I mean, all the ones I finished got approved, but I was just really unhappy with them. But I ended up doing like a second part of them later on in the year, and I had a lot more time to work on them, and they came out so much better. And I've seen some of them like right next to each other on EPAC, and I was like, holy crap, that first wave of them were really bad. Like, I don't like them at all. But then like the other ones, like, those are okay. So I mean, like, sometimes with time constraints, like, you can do better, but you're doing your best in that moment. It's weird.
So Billy's looking for your stuff, Sean. He says he can't find the Thor, but your 5x7s of Taskmaster and Moon Knight from 2017s are money.
thank you.
All right, I'm being summoned. They're come into my cave and told me that I'm being required to take care of the baby for a little while.
Man down.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should probably wrap it up soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I'm gonna take a little bit of break from sitting at the desk here before getting back on here to do this all over again.
So if you'd like to follow Sean, make sure to check out.
Yeah. Is there a link? Is there a link that we can pop into the
Hey, Steph, can you post a link?
Well, no, I have to do it, but
Oh yeah, yours will go to all the.
Yeah, Steph, message me the link and I'll pop it in the chat.
Everything is Ash Sean Forney art. I'll make it easy. She's gonna post a link in there for you. You can try to copy or whatever.
Yeah, okay, let's do that. Where is she?
So much poo.
You're doing a lot of poo lately. Are these all like commissions from Clan McDonald?
Some are not.
Okay.
This one is not. The Shazam poo was. And I got
There's
sent
a lot
a
of poo.
giant stack of poo to sign today.
A lot of poo.
Speaking of poo, Gordon has been summoned.
Yes.
Okay, I won't keep you.
Ooh, MCU 10th anniversary. I forgot about that set. That was a fun set.
I think I worked on that one.
Yeah, I
That's
think
what-
he's talking about Billy.
Yeah. You did a really crispy Ultron?
Sure.
You know what? That's actually a good question. What set did you not get to work on that you really wanted?
That's
to?
easy for me to answer.
Black Diamond.
I was gonna say anime.
Oh, anime with Gordon, you would have crushed it in anime.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
That
anime
was
straight
probably
you.
my favorite set to work on. But
Sean,
All right.
oh yeah, you already said. I'd say that some of the Netflix ones, or even like what was the oh yeah what was the one that you did, Sean? The one with like the Wizard.
Oh, that was the
Oh.
anniversary one. It was the ages, I think.
Yeah, it was like bronze and silver.
Yep,
And,
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I would have liked to done that. That would have been cool to go to like the original. Do original designs and stuff. That would have been fun.
All
Yeah,
right.
that was
So
kind of
many.
interesting and fun to work on.
There's so many of those sets where it's like, oh man, why couldn't you get me on this?
Well, I gotta say, the way sketch allocation seems to be going, there's the feeling that there's less and less sketches. So
Yeah.
Well,
They have them.
They
They have all my sketches. I just don't know what they're doing with them.
No, but like if you look at the sketch hits, right? They're turning to like what they announced for.
They're holding them back for those replacement packages they send out.
No, but like for is it beginnings and allure? It looks like sketches are case hits, right? So
I wonder if
Yeah.
that'll change for you know what? Oh, okay. I'll never mind. I'm not gonna say that. But I wonder if some of them are saved for achievements on e-packs, because sometimes they have sketch achievements, like sketch hits for achievements too.
maybe, but it just looks.
Yeah,
like
but I think
there's-
I think in the past though, for the achievement stuff, they already know exactly who they're hitting up to do. I mean, those are specific things. Like for instance, for an achievement, you're going to get like a 4-card puzzle for
Right.
Ray Ratcho.
Well,
I think that those are kind of allocated to specific artists, or at least
not
that's
always though. Well, it is for specific artists, because I did some for annual last year, but I think it was kind of like a last minute thing. Like they needed so many cards, because I did a couple 4-card puzzles for annual, and then I did like 4 battle booklets. So I didn't do a ton of cards, but it was just like 2 4-card puzzles.
Right, so it might be a last minute thing. But what I was saying is because sketch cards are going to become a lot scarcer. So
that's good for us.
Well, not really. I think it's actually it's good in the sense that the resale for APs is probably going to go up, but it's less work, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if Black Diamond, I didn't get on Black Diamond. Not on annual.
Nope.
No, so I'm just like, okay, whatever. I've never done an annual set, but if I don't get on masterpieces, assuming that they do sketches of masterpieces, I'm gonna be quite disappointed.
Me too.
Right. Yeah, and that was the thing. It was like, what was funny was because Sean and I actually got put into, kind of came into the game at the same time, at the same con. And it was funny because I turned around, I did like 17, and then all of a sudden, then I did like 18, Marvel Masterpieces. I got to get back to that in a sec, Billy. So it was like, and then I do Masterpieces 18. That was my next set. Well, Sean did like 5 sets in between, 17 and 18. And it was like, what the? Come on.
Yeah.
So that was, it's that's the problem with having your last name be at the end of the alphabet, I think.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
No, it's all about style.
Oh, it's just, you just think I suck. That's it.
Style.
No, so Billy says that favorite card on EPAC is that Julia Carpenter. I did 2, one with Jessica Drew and one with Julia Carpenter, and they're the exact same image, only like turned upside down. So like, and I don't remember which one it is. I think the Julia Carpenter is the one that's upside down, and then the Jessica Drew is upside right, but it's the same exact pose, same exact everything, just like 2 different Spider Women. So it's kind of like it's not a puzzle per se, but it's definitely
they're matching cards. A subset.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I did that on Spider-Man Far From Home. I did a bunch of like 3 Spider-Man sets where it was just different suits of Spider-Man or different versions of Spider-Man, but they were in the same pose, and it was like a set of 3, a set of 3, and a set of 3. So there was 9 total, but there was 3 different poses.
So I did that for an unreleased set that I had a crazy deadline for, and it's a year later, so it hasn't been released. And I did 9 cards in like an hour and a half, because it's the exact it's 3 Spider-Man poses in 3 different costumes.
Hmm.
So you can put them side by side and it's like, okay, black, blue, red costume, and then a different pose, black, blue, red costume. And I know you got to go, Gordon, but I want to show something quickly that you may appreciate as well. And then I think we should probably all pack up our toys and move. But
Yeah, I can hear my wife cursing my name right now.
so I grabbed the Simone Bianchi Masterpieces book. which I
Oh,
haven't-
nice.
That's a nice close-up shot there.
Yeah.
Oh,
hang on,
yeah.
let me- Hang
Hey,
on.
That's a little crotchy. I don't think I
Is that
could get
Crystal?
extra approvals. I think it's Medusa.
Medusa, yeah.
oh,
Pam's
Pam's
Medusa,
like, that's
yeah.
a weird choice for the cover photo. It's like, okay.
Absolutely.
Now,
Considering that
what
was
I did,
picked out as a sketch card.
that was a sketch card.
It was.
How
Masterpieces.
did that get through
No,
approvals?
sketch
I guess it
card or
depends on the
card
last
card?
name, huh?
Yeah.
It must.
I did not know that these come autographed, by the way, these books.
That's awesome.
But looking through the book and it's a great book because it's got the sketches and you see higher res versions of the characters. There is, and let me find the page. What the hell is it? It's one of these battle booklet things.
No.
versus
Is
page.
a
Here.
project is a project like this done with Upper Deck and Marvel's approval, or does he just do this?
Oh, it has to be because they
Okay.
own the rights. So there's
Oh, that's awesome.
this is
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah,
what
yeah.
the
I saw this.
Agent of Venom versus Spider-Man. That's the original art version, but then the published version was Agent of Venom versus Spider-Queen. So for some reason, Marvel made him redo it.
Huh.
Who the
So
heck
that's
is
the
Spider-Queen?
original. I don't know, this chicken yellow. I don't
Yeah,
know.
whoever she
But
is, but yeah.
That's the original painting. And then I guess he repainted over exactly the same pose. And it's the exact same thing.
What a
exactly same
master.
pose.
Yeah.
He thinned out her bicep, gave her a little bit of definition here, and obviously did the hair and everything else. But it's awesome to see. And I think that's the only one in here that's like that.
That's crazy.
But it's really, really cool to see his work on a larger scale because you
Yeah.
can really appreciate it a lot more. And say what you will of his work because it's very stylized and
I like
you
it.
know, I'm not crazy on the use of the white outlines in some cases. Like some places it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But again, I know it's a stylistic choice. But if you look at the Craven, where he's really not using the white outlines, I really like those.
See, but that's the thing, though, is that does the white outline? It probably presents itself just because his style is a little darker.
Yeah.
Well,
then,
he seems to
you
do
know,
it
then-
to create separation, like
Yeah.
you see
Right.
here.
Right? No,
Like, but
absolutely,
it doesn't
he
make
absolutely does it. But
Oh,
what
I
I'm
think it-
saying is that when you see it at this size,
It
you know,
looks a little
it's
jarring.
off-putting. But when you
Yeah.
put it down to a 2.5 by 3.5 canvas,
It's not
it
as jarring
absolutely
for
makes it pop. Yeah.
All right. I gotta go.
Yeah, I know you gotta go.
They're
But
stomping.
yeah, this is a great book. Next time he's got a sale, you should order it because it was like $100 shipped
Definitely.
from Italy.
Italy.
Yeah. But okay. Oh, is Gordon gone?
No.
Okay.
I'm bailing.
He's leaving
Yeah.
currently.
Failing.
All right, everybody.
Gordon.
But I
I
also got
enjoyed
a
it.
See you, Gord.
Later.
Yeah, so I'll just show it since there's still viewers. So I also
Thought he'd
got
never
the
leave.
I also got the 2019 sketchbook, which is also signed and numbered, which is but also very cool because it does have a lot of the prelims for the masterpieces as well as other pieces. So you
Yeah,
can see.
I'm a big fan of prelims, personally.
You know what's interesting, and if watching the stream and stuff, a lot of the stuff is digital on the preliminary side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Right, nothing. Yeah. But it's well worth getting. If you're into this stuff. I love that Apocalypse. It's just dirty. Anyways. on my pile of stuff I need to frame. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we can pack it up because it's almost 2 hours, and I gotta pee, and Sean's gotta eat and stream.
Yeah. what he
Yeah,
said.
Sean's got a stream. Do we have the link? Do we get the
I've
link?
posted the link. I will post it again.
Okay.
Appreciate
Awesome.
it.
Go check it out,
Nice.
Billy. Make
Yeah.
sure you check it out. You'll like this. And yeah, Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna have. Well, it's gonna talk about what Disney Plus and food, right?
Pretty much. And
Nice.
and see if Tina, got in any fights today or
Yeah. See if she went and threw down with anybody again.
yeah.
Well, we'll certainly be tuning in. So
Excellent.
Yeah, if I make it
I'm
home
gonna-
on time.
I'm probably gonna
I'll
work
tune in
on
probably
this. That's the latest.
That came out really well.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. Felt
All
like
right.
I didn't necessarily cheat. So
Cool. Okay, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in. Sean, Warner, Gordon. Always a pleasure. I'll probably be streaming again Sunday at some point during the day.
nice.
That's it. If anyone's around, hop on.
Yeah.
Shit.
See if I'm
Yeah,
around,
thanks for the invite, fellas.
I'll pop on.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a
Well,
good weekend.
go. Okay. Bye.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.